What is something that was used heavily in the year 2000, but it's almost never used today? Geocities, Neopets, LiverJournal, Kazaa. Neopets don't die though. I logged in after a long time and my Neopet was starving. So I fed it a piece of the omelette, and he said yuck, I don't like omelettes. So I logged off, and let the sassy little bat starve for another 10 years. Geocities was so powerful for the time. I used to build my website there, steal the HTML and use it for my own domain. This was pre-social media. If you wanted to share your weird goth poetry and fuzzy webcam selfies, you had to have your own website. Using the stealing HTML method 4 years eventually taught me how to write it. Also, for a crossover episode, I stole the HTML from the pet painting page from Neopets, uploaded it on my Geocities, tinkered with the code, and was able to log in and paint all my pets for free. Baby H4X0R. Those were the days. RIP Geocities. Taken from us too soon. For those of you who miss the old days, Geocities is a free hosting service where you can put up simple websites. Nothing fancy, but still very awesome. And you can create your own folder structure, so you can recreate the whole /Paris/Metro/7773/homepage.html experience. If you had a big screen TV, it was probably a ridiculously thick rear projection TV. My parents can't get it out of the house. My dad busted it apart to get it out of the house. Spinning under construction GIFs on websites. Remember when most websites had a hit counter on them and the email address of the webmaster? Every 90s website. Rewritable CDs. I used to burn so many mixed CDs after downloading from Napster, Besha, LimeWire, FrostWire. Then my mother would call, disconnecting the internet, and I would have to start the download all over again. Except one file wasn't an MP3, but a virus. I would just reinstall Windows before my mom got home, as we saved every picture and document on a zip drive. Point then those fancy jazz drives. Also Adobe without a subscription. OMG, I could never, for the life of me, ever re-record onto a CDRW. Never could work, no matter which options I tried. Ended up just burning CDRs and trashing them when I was done. And CDRs were much cheaper. You could get a stack of like 50 or 100 of them for what you could get like 10 CDRWs. Boy Chanel. You could always tell when a junior high school aged girl finally got the okay from her parents to start wearing makeup. She'd show up at school every day for the next month looking like a blue panda. Butterfly hair clips and I believe the white eyeliner were huge then too. Kids today with thousands of YouTube makeup tutorials at their disposal don't know how we suffered. Computer mice with a ball. My friend had one of the first Microsoft IntelliMouse, which did not use a ball. As I recall, it was the first laser mouse without a ball that was commercialized in a popular way. It was released in October 1999. So in 2000, most mice were with a ball and slowly faded away. Remember having to clean the ball. Who even knows how that much gunk got in there in a relatively short time? It was fun for a minute to play with the rollers that the ball actuated, moving the cursor with your fingers instead of with the mouse. Yes, I actually enjoyed scraping off that compressed lint. PDA's personal digital assistants. I still have my Palm Pilot. It was amazing at the time. Whenever I write something down on my hand, I always say out loud, I'll put that in my Palm Pilot. I get a sad chuckle every time. Payphones. My local CVS has a payphone that actually works. It's good for some of them to still be around just in case. Yeah, I got locked out of my house with my cell phone inside in the middle of the night in winter with no coat on. The 7-Eleven a mile away said, "No, you can't use our phone." Effing sucked. Payphones 100% should still exist as a public utility. ICQ. Couple of years ago, I had a number come into my head. Recognized it but didn't know where from. For over a year it kept bugging me. Was it my college enrollment/password number for someone I worked with when I worked overseas? Not a clue for the longest time. Random convo with a friend about old memes and things we miss about the early internet days. And I just blurted out, "It's my effing ICQ number," with no context. Mike. Slaps Phil Boyd _Studge with a large trout. Hello. Phone books. I actually used one last week. I needed the home number of a local mechanic. He'd fixed my car, but had forgotten to give me my keys. So when I went to get my car after work, I couldn't. The internet only listed the shop number. I called my dad, who's a friend of his, and he said, just use the phone book. Like it was the most obvious thing in the world. I did have a phone book and was able to call him, so it all worked out in the end. Dial up. Wee woo woo. Bajaluda legaludally peep peep. /r/comments I can hear. Indoor smoking. My young Irish kids marvel at the fact that people used to sit in restaurants and smoke. I remember gold foil disposable ashtrays at Burger King. I remember going to friend Liz as a kid for breakfast or dinner and they asked if we wanted smoking or non-smoking with ceiling fans blowing everything everywhere. I had to go to Turkey for work a few years ago. The plane we took for the connection from Istanbul had seats with the ashtrays and the armrests. My first reaction was, holy sh, I haven't seen any of these since I was a kid. My second reaction was, oh sh, how old is this plane I'm on? Growing up, the non-smoking section was always the little back corner of the restaurant, while the majority of the floor was smoking. Do you want to swim in the peeing section of the pool, or the no peeing section? Airplane smoking was also mind-blowing, and smoking in hospitals, which is less weird than airplanes. At least hospitals are larger than an apartment. Blockbuster card. I live a half hour away from one. Granted, it's the last one, but still, it's surreal walking around that store. Close street thing to time traveling I'll ever get to do. Zip disks. Remember jazz disks? I was so blown away by a 1GB disc. This week I got a micro SD card for my Switch. 64 gigs in a micro card for less than 20 bucks. I really marvel at the advancements in our storage technology just within my lifetime. VCRs. Tape rewinders. Be kind. Rewind. I like the ones that had the form of a sports car. I worked at a Blockbuster. We had rows and rows of rewinders. People point were not kind.